had a nice Thanksgiving?
Yes, yeah, very low key, very quiet, very nice.
A very, you youngsters and your funny words, low key. Didn't expect that from you. So,
Ah,
let's move on from the awkwardness. We're doing win some, give some giveaway here at Homestead Mortgage. You get a $100 shopping spree if you win the raffle. And on top of that, out of these local charities here, these 5, you get the selection of which one will receive a $400 gift donation. And don't worry, all the other participants of these charities will also receive a $100 gift donation no matter what. So absolutely enter. You can scan the QR code. You can also click the link at the bottom of this video so that you can enter. Really quick form. It takes about a minute, maybe 2 at most if you're slow on it, but it'd be a wonderful opportunity for you, and we hope you will enter.
absolutely.
Dale, big news on loan limits. What's going on?
Yeah, this is really awesome. So just to, bring the oldness into the flavor here, I remember when the Fannie Mae loan limit was 410, and we were all excited about that. It's practically double that now. It's amazing.
Yep. So as you can see, conventional and VA are practically exactly the same. We have the conventional baseline. This is going to be Amador County, Calaveras County, 806,500. But then the second number here is going to be your high cost amount. So these are going to be Contra Costa County, Orange County, places like that where life is more expensive. They do allow you to get loans that are a little bit higher. However, FHA is going to be significantly lower. However, last year was only 500,000. The year before it was about 470. So they're making great strides on FHA as well. Same situation, baseline's 524. FHA high cost is 806,500 at this point. So very good for lending. Previously, even just a few years ago, you would sometimes run into these loan limits and they would push clients out of regular cookie cutter Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac. So this is good to see overall.
This is really nice. I mean, yes, houses are expensive, but you can find a single family for less than 800,000. So all the conventional limits, all the conventional programs, they all apply. This is really a wonderful thing.
Yeah, and I guess while we're on the topic, the important part about this is we're talking about first-time homebuyer programs. We're talking about subsidized interest rates. We're talking about subsidized LLPAs, different things of that nature. Minimum down payments. If you wanted to take advantage of the 3.5% FHA loan, well, under these loan limits, you can do that. Houses above these loan limits, they don't qualify for any of that. So you're looking at higher interest rates, higher costs, prepayment penalties. It's just a different realm you don't really want to get into. So it's a good thing that these are higher, even though houses are getting more expensive. These should respond in kind. But here's a fun little tidbit we want to go over with you guys. Dale, can you run us through the different units and their limits?
You bet. So the 806 is the limit for a 1 unit or your standard single family residence. We call it an SFR. But a duplex or a 2 unit, you can actually go up to just over $1 million. The 3 unit, $1.2 million. And if you can do a 4 unit for $1.5 million or less, you can get a conventional loan. It is just really awesome. Now, of course, down payment requirements on 2, 3, and 4 unit is more than on the single family. But these loan limits are fantastic. And remember, this is loan limits, not purchase price limits.
Yep.
So it's a beautiful thing.
Yep. So imagine if you were putting 20% down on a 4 unit, you're going to have a much higher purchase price allowance than just 1.5 million. That's a little ridiculous to say, though. 1.5 million. And the same thing with FHA. You can see the 1 unit single family residence, 524,225. And then, of course, as you go up to the 4 unit, you're all the way at 1.8. Do keep in mind that a 1 unit house with an ADU in the backyard is still classified as a 1 unit technically. Sometimes on the appraisal, you can get that little trick in there. So if you run into something where perhaps you can classify your ADU as a second unit, you might want to do that if the loan limit needs to be higher. So fun little tidbits, tricky stuff. Call Homestead Mortgage. We know what we're doing.
But there's one more thing we want to make sure you understand. You can't take a single family house, rent out 2 bedrooms, and call it a 3-unit. Okay?
That is true.
It's still a
That is
1-unit single family residence.
Very good, very good. Let's jump into rates because these are important. We're going to blast through it. 6.81%. We had a small trickle down from last week's number. Honestly, we expect this to go down a little bit more, but we're not going to have too much of a high hope because we're going to get some inflation data, we're going to get some jobs data later this week, and that's going to influence the market a little bit more. Dale, here's mortgage-backed security. Can you walk us through the last week?
Yeah, we've had some really great movement this week. Remember, on this chart, red is bad, green is good, down is bad, up is good, and we got some movement, and I think it's going to bode well. I'm hoping for a good 2025. Rates get a little bit better as confidence in the market comes back. We're sitting pretty for some rally, so that's really good.
Yeah, and that would be the hope. Do keep in mind that a lot of this is baking in the potential cut in December. So as we saw before, a lot of lenders would bake in a rate cut, and then if they overestimated, we would see rates all of a sudden rise, even though the federal government, the Federal Reserve, said we're going to lower rates. So anything can happen as we get closer to the Fed meeting in mid-December, but now's a really good time to kind of eke into the market. Winter's slow. Buyers are kind of waiting. This time in real estate is a good time for the opportunistic buyer. And with rates coming down a smidge, it does help the situation as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. Well, Dale, I wish you the best. Hopefully more low-key days in your future.
It is what it is.
All right. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a good one.
You too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.